I want to talk about cross-selling. Black Friday and Cyber Monday and the holiday season in general is a great time to start stepping up your cross-selling game, because you can't assume that customers are going to purchase something that they want and then just simply leave your site. Or you don't want them to just purchase something and then leave. You'll want to make sure that you can refer something that will fit together. So for example, something really basic like, say they bought ice cream. Upsell them on some cones to go with it, or maybe some sprinkles or some whipped cream, right? Offer them a complimentary product, cross-sell them on it. If you have a sale section on your website, you can also make sure to have all these products on there. Have the main product on the page, and then offer the complimentary product with it as well, too.
I know that Spectrum Communications Incorporated actually does this with their home Wi-Fi. If you have their home internet Wi-Fi router, you're automatically eligible to sign up for their mobile service that they resell the airspace that they purchase from Verizon Corporation.
Right.
But you are not allowed to be a Spectrum mobile customer unless you also have their home Wi-Fi service.
Right. Yeah.
And they have exactly one plan, the $29.99 a month unlimited everything plan, so that no matter where you are on the grid, whether you're on the mobile or at home, or anywhere where there's a public Wi-Fi spot that is on their grid, you're covered at no additional charge to you. Which can be a pretty good deal, because if you bundle TV, your home internet, your home phone, and your mobile service, that you've got all your services under one provider. You only have to call one or maybe two customer service numbers to address any problems with your service that pop up, no matter what it is. And you are calling a dedicated representative who's going to understand the issues going on with your account, and more than likely is someone you've dealt with before about these issues.
Right. Yeah, the experience.
Every time you call.
Yeah, the experience factor also comes into play too. It's always important to make sure that you have experienced employees on hand. I also want to talk about the importance of social media. Before I do that though, Anthony, do you have anything you want to say about cross-selling?
Just like we do quite a bit of it, we have just opened up our pop-up store that we usually for this calendars and games from like November to sometimes February, and like, you know, we do a lot of the cross-selling. Like if they'll purchase a calendar, we'll recommend, you know, hey, we got the same exact calendar in the desktop format. So yeah, we probably maybe do 15% maybe in sales cross-selling or something like that.
Cross-promotion can really help increase sales numbers. If you can offer a complimentary item with the principal purchase, it's just more money for you to pocket, more money for you to net. And it sounds like that when you did your pop-up store, you always have that in mind.
Exactly, yes.
Moving on to social media. If you have an e-commerce business, you've got to be on social media, especially Facebook and Instagram, because this is where you can showcase your products the easiest. You don't want to just talk about products. You want to show them off. You want to have pictures that show the products in detail. And of course on your website too. You'll want to do this on your website, but if you have a really good following on social media, you'll want to promote like crazy. The more engagement that you get on your advertisements, the more sales you can expect to see. You'll want to create campaigns that are engaging, shareable, and memorable, of course. The biggest mistake that people make when they write their marketing plans is that they assume that everybody is their target audience. That is the biggest myth in the marketing world. That is the biggest lie in the marketing world. That's what everybody believes the minute they start a business. Everybody is not your target audience. You need to create advertising pieces that are tailored to your target audience. Everybody is not your target audience. Write your content or your material specifically for who you are going after. There's a lot of different ways of finding this out. Or there's a lot of different factors that you go by, such as age, income, lifestyle. There's many different factors, and we have a whole guide on our website talking about how to build a customer persona, so you can know who exactly your customer is. Going back to Black Friday and Cyber Monday, here are a few pointers to help you write a good strategy. For one thing, monitor hashtags. Use hashtags that are popular but relevant. Use the ones that your consumers are using and see if there's a way that you can incorporate them into your boosted posts. And also make sure that any social media plugins you have in your website are integrated with, of course, with the social media networks you're using. That way, consumers who are sharing on these networks can share with their friends as well.
Another thing I like to see as a consumer on a website is, or say an Instagram advertisement or any form of advertisement, is utilize QR codes.
Mm-hmm.
This saves your customer from having to type in an address that they may misspell. All they got to do is scan that code, and it's going to take it right to wherever they want to lead to. The main website, your e-commerce store, just whatever you want to sign that QR code to.
Mm-hmm. I agree. QR codes can definitely speed up the process. In fact, if you have print advertising material such as sales circulars or flyers, incorporate a nice QR code on there. Incorporate the QR code in these print materials so people can easily scan them and pull them up on their phone, and you could be making sales just like that. It also helps too if you have posters on your storefront windows or scattered around your store. Put the QR codes there too so people can scan them and pull up whatever it is you're promoting easily. And business cards too. You can also put them on your business card so people can pull up your website fast and easily on their phone. Going back to social media marketing, best way to promote your products on Facebook is to make sure that you have a beautiful image. Make sure your logo is somewhere on it. Put some enticing text on your deals. Make sure that you start circulating these advertisements at least a few days in advance so you can start building excitement, so you can start creating awareness. Now, if you don't advertise until the last minute, customers will only see your ad once, and they most likely are not going to click it. You have to remember that you're competing in a very cutthroat world out there. There are other companies just like yours, and you want to make sure that you're doing something that separates yourself from everybody else.
The easy way to do that is to promote items that are coming soon.
Mm-hmm.
When
Right.
you're doing your seasonal switchovers, if you know that the winter season is coming and it's midsummer,
Mm-hmm.
start promoting the cold weather gear and give an approximate time for when it should start becoming available for order.
Right.
And do pre-ordering so that you'll have kind of a baseline for how much you can guarantee you'll sell out the door, place your initial order, to reduce the strain on the shippers, because they'll want to know just how much you need to order.
Right.
But if you can get your pre-orders in, then you can do that as I've already got to order a minimum of this much to give yourself the bulk discount and potentially be able to offer a slightly lower price than your competitor who didn't allow pre-ordering.
Mm-hmm.
Another cutthroat method to business survival.
Exactly. I was just about to say, make sure that you allow pre-ordering on your online store. Too many stores don't allow pre-ordering. You're just losing out on sales if you can't allow customers to buy something before you have it in stock. That way, when it comes in, all you have to do is ship the item to them. They've already paid for it in advance, and all you have to do is ship it out. And one way that you can promote Black Friday deals, coupon codes, and of course, let people know about the upcoming seasonal merchandise you're offering, run email marketing campaigns. And it's important to note that marketing firm Castora reports that over 25% of Black Friday sales begin with email marketing. You can expect to see more sales and more customer engagement if you have a nice email marketing plan in place. Make sure that you plan it well in advance. This helps give you an opportunity to directly connect with your customers and anybody who just joined your email list. Make sure you have a form on your websites that's easy to find where they could subscribe. But don't just say subscribe. Say something like, subscribe to our email list to get special exclusive offers. Make it sound enticing, because just simply saying subscribe is not going to earn you a nice list of subscribers on your email list.
Offering exclusive deals to your email subscribers only will. Because
Yes.
they're going to want that exclusive deal, because when they hear their mind go deal, they'll think discount. They'll think future item I'm going to need.
Mm-hmm. That's right. You want to create a buzz around these items. And again, it goes back to what I was saying earlier. Stress product benefits over features. Let them know that they need this product.
Because if you're not creating a fear of missing out on the items when they're available, or when they will be available soon, you're going to lose out to the retailers who are doing that.
That's true. And I recommend, once you've gotten your body copy together, once you already know how you plan to instill FOMO, I would start your email marketing campaign at least a week or two before Black Friday comes. Start creating some buzz around what you're promoting. Start piquing their interest for the sales that you're offering, because email marketing is not dead, for one thing. There are a lot of people who subscribe to these emails specifically because they want to get those exclusive offers that people who are not subscribed are missing out on. You could even try starting a month in advance, send weekly emails up to 4 weeks until Black Friday, and then send out an email the night before Black Friday and Cyber Monday. And again, remember, Black Friday starts Thanksgiving evening. That's the official start to Black Friday for the most part. So make sure that you keep that in mind, because your customers are already browsing the net for the best deals they can find as early as October, and the search continues even more throughout November. But the closer you get to Black Friday, the more and more people you can expect to be online seeking the best deals they could possibly can get. The cherry on top for your email marketing should be sending out one last email showcasing all the discounts you're offering on the big day. Just give a complete overview of what discounts you're offering and what products they are for. That way you can create an even bigger buzz about your promotions, about your big deals, and customers won't have to dig all over your website to try to find them out. After Black Friday and Cyber Monday are over, send out an additional email requesting feedback and invite them back to your store. Retarget customers who have abandoned their shopping carts. And I need to talk about shopping cart abandonment too. Many people will abandon their shopping carts because they don't like the shipping costs, or maybe they just couldn't find the cart. There are many different reasons why, but if they're signed into your website with their account, have retargeting set up to where customers get an email reminding them that they did not complete their checkout. And to help entice them to complete their purchase even more, offer a specific discount code of maybe 5 or 10% off. That should get them to go back in and finish their checkout. That's a great way to help ensure that customers who have pretty much left your store, for the most part, come back. Sum it up right there. Make sure you're retargeting those who abandon their shopping carts, because if you don't have retargeting turned on and they have not completed their purchases, you've lost that customer. They're going to go somewhere else. So make sure you send an email out to them that's generated by the system, and WooCommerce has plugins that let you do this to ensure that you don't lose that revenue. Because in this day and age, every dollar that comes in counts.
Yeah, and one thing you definitely want to do is keep the shipping cost to a minimum. So a good way to do that is to build the cost of shipping into the cost of your online items, and make sure, by golly, do not skimp on making sure that they have tracking codes so that they've got visual location eyes on where it is so they can look up any time they want. So the sale's complete.
Yes. Again, you hit the nail on the head.
If a retailer does not offer me a tracking code to what I purchase, I go elsewhere, because I want to be able to see where it is, and if it goes missing, I want to know where it vanished.
That's right. Yeah, tracking's important.
I would just like to add that, just add on what Jess was saying about the tracking number, because especially with the holidays, people want to know when they are getting their stuff, are they going to have their gift to give to someone in time for Christmas? And the satisfaction of knowing that it is coming, it's bought, and if it gets lost, there's a way to take care of the problem. And also offer a good if you can, offer a good return policy on your products.
Yes, that's part of customer service. Return policies are very important. Make sure that they are fair. Make sure that they are upfront where people can see them, as well as any other important information related to customer service. And if you have discounts, make sure that's upfront. If you're offering free shipping on select products, or if a customer spends up to a certain amount, make sure that's upfront too. All that stuff is very, very important. Going back to email, I want to close the email topic by talking about email headlines. Make sure that you have enticing subject lines that will get people to click and open. Bland, boring headlines aren't going to cut it. You will get absolutely nowhere with boring headlines. If you have a traditional discount-only approach, that's most likely going to be deleted before somebody even opens it. Make sure you are creative and make sure that you have uniqueness. Again, in business in general, you have to offer a unique selling point that separates you from everybody else. It's important to remember that when people subscribe to your email list, your emails are a guest in their inbox. Think of it this way. It's like inviting a guest into your house. Make sure that your headlines are catchy, they're memorable. Most importantly, they are offering something enticing and that is totally different from what your competitors are doing. You could subscribe to some of your competitors' email campaigns just to see what they're doing, to see how you could learn from them and take what they have and make it better. That's the easiest way that you can learn about what they're doing with their email marketing. Be as personable as possible. The more that you can tailor your email headlines to the audience, the better chances are that they're going to open it. The better chance there is of them opening it up and reading it. If you can put their name in the headline, try to put it in there somewhere. That helps too. That makes it more personal. Make sure the headline stresses benefits over features again, or it instills a fear of missing out. So try to be as descriptive as you possibly can, but you also have to remember that there is a limit on what's going to show. Make sure that your headline shows easily in the subject line within the inbox, because it does cut off if there's too many words, and that's especially true on a mobile devices. So make sure that you can do a somewhat short and sweet, yet still descriptive and enticing. Make sure it answers questions right away before they even open it. A lot of emails get ignored because they're just mere carbon copies of what everybody else is doing. You have to be unique. You have to show why you're different. Why should they open your emails over somebody else's? Get creative, make sure that you're descriptive, and make sure that you have something that people want to read. Make sure that you give them exactly what they asked for. When you promise to give them exclusive offers, or whatever the reason was that they subscribe to your email list, make sure that each email you send out gives just that. Make sure that those emails are loaded of what your subscribers are expecting to get.
I agree. And especially on mobile devices, you want to be clear and concise.
Right?
Because choose your words carefully, because space in an inbox is at a premium these days. And especially on a mobile device, if it is too long to fit in the inbox title page, see if you can find a way to put it within the first paragraph, or they're not going to open it, they're not going to read it, and you're going to lose the sale. And it will have been pointless to send an email to begin with.
Right, that's true.
And also, I think I would add, make sure that your website is mobile friendly to begin with.
Yes.
Because if you do not have a mobile friendly website, you're gonna lose sales.
That's true.
In fact, more than 98% of what I purchase on my phone.
And I need to stress the importance of that too. In this day and age, I mean, it's 2022, there is absolutely no reason at all why your website should not be responsive. Most website, or I should say all website platforms, are mobile responsive, and that's especially true for WordPress. And on top of that, Google actually blacklists websites that are not mobile friendly. They push them further and further down the search engine result pages, and eventually they just remove them altogether. They started doing this 8 years ago, back in 2014. It has been a ranking factor ever since, along with having SSL. So having a secure website and having a mobile responsive website is of paramount importance. And the majority of your online shoppers are shopping on a mobile device, not a computer. So there's just no reason not to have a mobile responsive website. Moving on to our next strategy, make sure that you are utilizing social proof, as we mentioned earlier, and word of mouth. So word of mouth is always a great way to get business. In fact, a good chunk of CDG's clients are word of mouth referrals. What could you do to help encourage people to spread the word about your business? Try offering a commission program, some sort of commission-based sales program where customer sends you a successful referral and the referring customer gets a percentage of said sale should it be successful. Let's say, for example, that John tells James about how awesome CDG is, okay? James decides to go with CDG because we gave John great customer service, and great value for the money. John could expect a 10% commission because he landed us a successful referral. We are now doing business with James. He paid us, and we gave 10% of that successful sale back to John as a way to say thank you. That's a great way to create word of mouth around your business. And social proof, too, is also very important, as we mentioned earlier. Make sure that reviews are prominent everywhere. Just make sure that your social proof has a prominent position on product pages, of course on Google. That can also be a ranking factor, too, among your website, and of course on social media. Social proof is very important in ensuring that you look legitimate online, because people question everything these days. I know for a fact that I question everything I see all the time, and I never do business with anybody unless I know for sure that they are a good company. I always look at reviews and social proof. Make sure that you stand out. Make sure that you're getting reviews. Use QR codes on signage within your storefront to encourage reviews. Should you have a happy customer who would be more than willing to write about you online. Encourage customers to leave a review by offering them a special discount or a freebie on their next visit. That's a great way to also collect reviews too.
Yeah, if you offer, for example, 10% discount for an honest, unbiased review of their experience with your company, that is a great way to encourage your customers to write reviews about you, good or bad, on Google.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And more than one business that has actually not only thanked me on Google's ranking system for writing an honest review, but also has actually addressed a couple of concerns that I've had that I've raised. And they've actually called me to resolve my concerns.
Mm-hmm.
And I update the review when they do that.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Which shows other people that this company not only reads the reviews, but follows up when people have a concern.
That's a great way of being customer-centric. Customer-centric companies who put their customers at the forefront over profits will do this. They'll see your review, and then they will ask you to contact them by email or by phone, maybe on social media, get the issue resolved. I see this on Google reviews. I see this on Twitter. Somebody will tweet towards a company that they had a bad experience. Maybe they visited a location and somebody was rude to them or had a bad product. They will reply back asking them to either call them or direct message them on social media to help get this issue resolved. Always make sure that you're paying close attention to customers' concerns. Read your reviews regularly because you don't know who's out there. If you're not monitoring your reviews, you don't know what your customers' concerns are. Especially if it's a bad review, make sure that you respond to it and take care of this customer right away, because just like in your case, Justin, if you right the wrong that the customer faced, they'll update that review from a 1-star to a 5-star, and that'll only help you in the end.
Yeah, because it shows social responsibility by the company, because it shows that the company not only has functional sales department, but also functional customer service.
Right. That's exactly right. So customer service, again, is key, and we can't stop talking about the importance of customer service and ensuring that customers are taken care of in the appropriate manners. Now, when it comes to advertising in general, you'll want to make sure that your social media and your email campaigns are stellar. I'm going to share a couple of statistics that's important to note because we truly do want to focus on the digital marketing aspect of things. 94% of consumers skip pre-roll video ads. I mean, we all do that when we watch YouTube. We don't feel like watching the ad. We click skip ad because we want to get to the video we're watching. We didn't pull up that video because we wanted somebody talking to us about insurance or whatever they're advertising. 91% of people have unsubscribed from mailing lists. Now keep that in mind too. Make sure you're truly offering something great and unique over your competitors, or the people within your mailing list will join that 91%. Make sure your email marketing is so great, you're offering such unique value and great deals that they just can't unsubscribe, that they would have to stay subscribed in order to truly partake of anything you're offering.
You truly want to create a desire to stay subscribed because they actually want to look forward to what's in their inbox these days.
Mm-hmm, that's right.
And if you're not looking forward to a company's emails in your inbox, eventually you are going to unsubscribe sooner or later, just to save yourself the headache of deleting it.
Right, that or Google will just start sending it to spam if you're on Gmail. The main reason why people unsubscribe is because they just feel that the information is no longer useful, or they weren't getting what was promised when they did subscribe. So it's important to make sure it's enticing. People really like what you're offering, and they just can't pass it up. They just can't say no. Make sure that it's value packed. 44% of direct mail is never opened as well. So keep in mind if you're still using physical mail. Keep in mind that if you're using direct mail, make sure that it truly is effective. Otherwise, you're just wasting money. Direct mail is really a dying medium. It's going the way of the yellow pages now, and it's best just to dedicate your marketing budget on stuff that's more effective, stuff that you know is going to work. So try to focus less on the print advertising and more on the digital advertising side of things, because that's where everybody's looking now. And speaking of that, my final point that I want to give, try pitching gift guides for Black Friday preparation. So why don't you put together a nice gift guide and put it in your website of gift recommendations that your audience is most likely interested in buying. This will help you get ahead of everybody else, and you can start positioning your products earlier than everybody else. It'll give you that competitive edge that you have to have. Without a competitive edge, you just blend in with everybody. So why not get ahead of the game, put together a guide full of recommendations, let everybody know how much these items cost, and then you could even try connecting with influencers to have them sponsor these products if they're interested. It's a great way to create some buzz around the products that you're selling, especially if you're serious about getting them out there. Getting them out there ahead of time will only help you greater. Of course, it could also mean that you could run out of inventory much earlier than usual, so make sure that you pre-order ahead of time. Creating gift guides is a great way to promote Black Friday specials ahead of everybody else. Now, you don't have to waste money getting a printed one made. Again, you could have one on social media. You could make a digital booklet in PDF format that you can showcase on your website. It's a great way to get ahead of the game, and I highly recommend doing that. I highly recommend promoting your Black Friday special ahead of time with a gift guide that is based on your hottest sellers. Review your data from last year. Which items from last year do you think will perform well this year as well? That will depend on trend, season, and just simply the demand for the item. That's up to you to decide based on your research. So you'll want to make sure that you review your data accordingly. Now I want to close the show with some final remarks. Justin, do you have anything else that you would like to add? Is there anything in here that I did not go over that you would like to share?
Just that on the encryption, make sure that you're using encryption that is equal to or better than what your competitors are using. Yes,
I agree. And you can find that out by contacting your hosting provider. They can provide you the best options for SSL encryption to make sure that your data is secure. And when you're talking with your hosting provider, make sure that your current hosting plan is indeed the best one for running an online store, especially if you get a lot of traffic. So they will also be able to help you decide on what would be the best avenue to take your website hosting. If your current plan is not the best, they will be able to help you upgrade to a better one that can handle more traffic and maybe have better security. Security is important. Check with your hosting provider. Again, I recommend WP Engine for e-commerce websites due to their reliability and security. But there are many companies out there that you could get website hosting with. At this time of the year, you cannot afford your website to go down and crash. So keep that in mind. This podcast episode had a lot of very important tidbits of information that I hope that all business owners who run storefronts will keep in mind and take to heart. We'd love to hear from you if you have questions. If you're looking to get your website started, CDG is standing by. We're ready to get you started if you need a website, and we can get your website done in a very timely manner. So please feel free to contact us and call us. And Justin, is there anything else you'd like to say before we close the show one last time?
Not a lot, except that I keep my inbox very heavily policed as a consumer.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm not receiving what I consider a proper value for the space in my inbox, I do unsubscribe from stuff on a regular basis.
And that's important for all business owners who run mailing lists to know. Make sure that you are offering true value to your audience. Brand awareness for your company will go down, and if you're a small business, you want brand awareness to increase. So yes, that's a very, very good point, Justin. And I thank you and Anthony and Lauren for joining us today. I know Lauren was with us briefly, and Anthony had some great insight to share as well. I thank you for your input. I wish you a great holiday season, and we will connect with you again soon for a future episode. You have a great day, Justin. Take care.
You too. Bye bye. Have a nice night.